As the world marks the International Women's Day today, with the theme for 2024 being in investing in women, accelerating progress, the question is, how much of such investment have been made in the girl child and the women folks in Africa, largest economy and most populous black nation on the planet? With over 20 million adult school children in Nigeria and more than half of them being girls, is the future blink for the nation? And how can we get such accelerated progress as it concerns educating our female folks? Well, these and more will be what we shall be having on this International Women's Day celebration on The Big Story. And the big one is we are really celebrating our women as we look forward in also asking or seeking how much of an inclusion they can be in helping the nation attain its height. And that's what we're having as a major one today on The Big Story. And definitely, like I said, it's an opportunity for me to congratulate all the women on this special day. International Women's Day it is. But while the team will say it's well sought out for, and we're looking about investing in them to accelerate progress of the nation. And let's progress through the discussion. And to help us do that, we have no other person but Mrs. Rebecca Idama. Good morning and welcome to the show, madam.
Good morning, sir. Good morning, viewers.
Well, I just want us to quickly go into it and look at how it has been. For many Nigerians, women are more like that partner that have helped in contributing a lot to the advancement of this great nation. But before we go into what they will do and what they need to do to also ensure that that progress retains or remains there, I want us to first come to the issue of the girl child. In your own assessment, just honest, calm assessment, have the country made any gain as it means educating the girl child? When we look at where we came from in 1960, when there was this preference of sending the boy child to school other than the girl child. But do you feel that all of that has changed over the years, and we've now gotten to a level where the women are well educated? Because like it's been said, if you educate a woman, you educate a full nation. So let's try and understand that. Have we made gains as it concerns educating the girl child over the years?
Yes. I can confidently say yes, okay. We have made gains.
Okay.
For example, in the government sector, there is this policy, this national gender policy, which is a set of minimum standard where the Nigerian government is expected to meet its mandate for gender equality, good governance, accountability, and being social. Socially responsive to the needs of its vulnerable group or people. Okay. In 2022, the then Minister of Women Affairs, I think Mrs. Pauline Tallinn, yes, said a reverse copy of this policy was sent to the National Assembly, but it was rejected as if the policy was killed. So the reverse policy was, this same reverse policy was presented before FEC, which is the Federal Executive Council, and it was approved. When men who kill dreams find their way to the top, this is just what happens. If you say I should answer the question, if women has really contributed, yes. They are uncountable, but I want to mention two.
Well, I'd love to hear that.
The first one is Dr. Dora Akunyili of Blessed Memory. Yeah. She is one person that fought fake drugs to stand still during her time. Yes, in Nigeria. And she won the battle. That woman, I don't mean to bring down the men folk, but that woman, I can say, is more than a man. Record has it to her credit that even before she passed on, she got over 900 awards. Even after she has passed on, they saw over 100 awards in her boxes. she received these awards in Nigeria, and they said even after she passed on, she is one Nigeria that has received awards even more than the men. Dora Akunyili. What of Dr. Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala?
Present World Trade Organization.
Yes.
Chief Executive.
She served as the finance minister twice. The first woman to occupy that post in a country as a minister, a finance minister. And we all know her achievements.
Of course.
The first one, I want to just mention two.
Yes.
She spearheaded the negotiation with this Paris club that later wiped off the debt from Nigeria, about 30 billion US dollars.
As of then.
Then she introduced the practice of publishing state monthly financial allocation from the federal government. This one increased transparency. So the women are countless. Women they have really contributed to national development. Educating the woman is not a mistake.
Okay, well, anyway, as much as you've said that, what do you feel are the factors? Now, two questions in one is what I would like to ask. Now, what do you feel are the factors really holding down the progress of most women now to attain that position? And not only that, also mitigating against having the girl child attain her own dream as a part and parcel of a growing nation.
One is our culture.
Culture.
Culture. This culture of, for example, if they need a delegate to be sent to the top,
Yes.
and there are men there, even when they don't have what it takes, because they are men. If you say, the woman, say no. We are men, you are calling a woman. The culture has really killed the quality of the woman, because they just believe that women's education ends in the kitchen. Okay. Even if the young man does not have what it takes to lead, they will always project the young man. The potential of our ladies are not given the opportunity to blossom, because culture continually fine-tune the mindset of these average girls that last you will end up in the kitchen. Then suggestions are made. When suggestions are made, you will see that they call the men. When the men are there, and even when they know that this woman will contribute better, they will call like 5 men or 10 men. Okay, let's give the women a chance. That one has really killed the potentials of the women. Then inferiority complex. Okay. Inferiority complex. You see a man is being advised that maybe he wants to go for an educated woman who already has her money. Are you sure you can cope? Because they believe that once a woman makes her money, you cannot control her.
Control the man anymore.
There's a story I read in online about 2 or 3 weeks ago. The man said he loves the lady. The lady is submissive. She's this, she's that. She's educated, she's wealthy. But his fear is that if he marries her, what if they have issue? Maybe the woman will not look at him because she's comfortable already. You know, he's this type that he said because he won't see that if he's having issue with his wife, maybe if he does not give her money for feeding, she will come begging. And this woman is already comfortable. That one is inferiority complex. Then our religion, the churches, the mosques today. You see it that when the woman come out to preach, or when she comes out to take any activity, they see it as a privilege. You are not supposed to be here. So if we give you the privilege, you should be happy. That one is a problem too. What of politics? They are not giving this fair chance. Research has it that last year, during the last year election, for the State House of Assemblies, out of 12,000 something that contested, we have only 1,019 that are women. And out of this 1,019 that are women, it was 47 that won their post. Meanwhile, if you go to the field that day of the election, we have more than 70% that are females. So they have what they use them for. But once it gets to where they want them to stop, they must stop there. This one has really killed the contribution of women to national development.
Okay, now, as much as you've said that, I would really want you to also help us. Now, what do you feel needs to be done? Because if you look at these year themes of the International Women's Day, we're talking about including them to accelerate progress in the nation. Now, what do you feel we as a people, especially the most populous black nation on the planet, which is Nigeria, should do to have women being included in positions of authority and decision making to ensure that they also add their own quota to nation building?
One, they should end this stigmatization of the female folks. Because if you want them to contribute, definitely once a woman occupies a place, yes, the difference is clear. For example, like the woman I mentioned.
So we'll take that up with you, though.
No, like the woman I mentioned.
Yes.
Late Dr. Dora Akunyili. Yeah. You will agree with me that till date, her record has not been met, let alone overtaken. She fought fake drugs because she's a mother. Yes. She did that because the first, it's not just the reason why she did it, but the first reason why she fought that battle to stand still is because of her late sister who died because of fake drugs. A mother, when she's doing anything, the first thing she thinks is, just like I carried my child, another person carried her own too. So I must not be selfish in this thing I am doing. That's the truth. So if we stop this stigmatization of, you want to give this post to this woman, no, now woman, so she go come the head man for the office. If we stop it, it will go a long way. Number two, we should introduce and adhere to this quota that is given to women. If you say women will occupy, for example, 35% of the government seats,
appointments,
adhere to it. Don't say it for saying sake, or because at the end they will say those ones are political statements. Don't say that. Then they should establish these legal funds, because finances is another thing that have held the women down. Yeah. Introduce these legal funds that will help them run for posts. And if the result is manipulated, those funds will still help them to challenge the results.
In the court of law.
Yes. Another thing that will help them is this time of meeting. Because you will hear men say, woman will join politics, I'm not sure she's still faithful to her husband. Why do they say that? Because of the time of meeting. Sometimes they go for their meeting by 12 in the night. Sometimes they just say they'll call urgent meeting. If they want the women, if they want to include the women in this national race, yes, and they want them to contribute meaningfully, there should be a policy stating the time for any meeting, no matter what, no matter the party, no matter anything they want to do. There should be, once, for example, they can say, once it is 6 p.m., no meeting should hold. And all this midnight meetings should stop. That one will really go a long way. There are so many things that will help.
But anyway, I do know time is not a friend, and we need to thank you so much. And I'm talking of no other person, but Mrs. Rebecca Idama, for spending time with us and talking about having women included in nation building. But before you go, I really want a last word from you as you advise women in the 2024 celebration of the International Women's Day. What advice will you have for your female folks?
No matter what, no matter how they have tried to relegate the women to the background, some women have really taken to their stand that no matter what, I will still go forward, I will make it. Because when they say what a man can do, a woman can do also, and even better. It is not just a medicine. We have the likes of Dr. Betta Edu, then Doris Eniche. All these women, they came out. They did not just wait for the opportunity, they grabbed the opportunity. And they told the world who they are. For example, Obi Ezekwesili.
Yes.
She is one woman that championed the developmental reform of the restructuring and reforming of this education for all,
yes,
irrespective of the gender. Yeah. Then we have Professor Grace Alele, the first female Vice Chancellor. Professor Rukaya Rufai, who fought for the girl child education in the North. We have Dr. Omane Philippa, in the time of when she was director in Federal Polytechnic, Auchi. She swept out cultism. So my advice for women is that they should not relent, no matter what. With God on our side, we'll make it to the top.
Well, anyways, I feel we've come to the end of this, but thank you so very much. And I really need to thank no other but Mrs. Rebecca Idama for really spending time with us. And I know the celebration does not end here. So just more celebration to come throughout the day. All the same, thank you for joining us.
Thank you, sir.
We need to go on a break now. And when we come back, we still have more guests as we try to enjoy the International Women's Day. And well, the team is itself inspiring. But having them included in the running of teams for accelerated growth and progress in the nation is one many Nigerians will only hope for. Let's go on a break and we'll come back and talk some more.